Day on the beach, Mike.
Nice shades, Mike.
Take them off.
You want us to have a bit of raw steak on that, mate?
You'll need the whole cow.
It was a game on Saturday, sir. I got a boot in the face.
Again. Are you fit?
It's not as bad as it looks.
Good. But you're not going out looking like that. Jailer. And I want a word in my office when parade's over.
Well, he asked me for a packet of cigarettes. Well, turns out to get them. And he pulls out a knife. Tells me to hand over everything in a till.
How much was that?
500 quid.
In the till?
Well, I was going to the cash and carry this morning. None of this comes cheap, you know. Restocking chewing gum alone cost me that.
Can you describe the man?
Well, I don't know. He was 30, maybe. Tall, brown hair. Smelled as though he'd been drinking. Yeah, I've got the number of his car as he drove off.
Right.
Here.
Cheers.
Do you know the make, sir?
Red Escort. Right old rust bucket and all.
Sierra Oscar from 487 receiving.
Go ahead, Kathy.
PNC check, please. Mike Romeo Tango 602 Tango.
You in?
I came in earlier, but you weren't here, sir.
I am now. You were playing rugby on Saturday, were you?
It was a quarter-final, sir.
And there was another punch-up. That's the second week running. It's getting beyond a joke.
People we play against like to have a pop at us because we're a job team. They think it makes them look big or something.
Area complaints are interviewing you today about that incident in the last game. And you go out and get that eye. Not very clever.
No, sir.
As far as I'm concerned, it's got to the point where the rugby's preventing you from doing your job properly.
We've got to the semi-final. I owe it to the team.
You're a member of a team here too. And you get paid for being in this one.
Sir.
487 from Sierra Oscar.
Go ahead, June.
Read your vehicle check. Registered keeper shown as Stephen Moss, 15 Ashburton House, Sunhill. No trace lost or stolen.
Received. Ashburton House?
Bit careless if he's using his own motor.
So, this bloke who got hit during the game, what's he after?
Well, he had his cheekbone fractured in 2 places. He wants someone sent down for it. And then, of course, there's the handout from the criminal injuries compensation.
If it was the other way around and some copper had been on the receiving end, there's no way a chief inspector would be investigating it now, is there? Have you had a word with your Fed rep?
Well, George was saying about a brief, but I reckon I can handle it myself.
Yeah?
Morning. PC Stamp, W.P.C Marshal, Sunhill. You Stephen Moss?
Yeah.
We come in.
It's a bit chilly for chatting on the doorstep, isn't it? You want a cup of tea or something?
Not right now, thanks.
It's no problem. Jules, any chance of a cup of tea?
Can you tell us where you've been this morning?
In bed.
You've not been out at all?
All right, leave that lark to the milkman. I've been here since yesterday afternoon.
You the owner of a red Ford Escort, registration MRT 602T?
Yeah.
Where's the vehicle now?
I got a lock-up round the corner. It's in there. What's going on?
Your car was seen driving away from a shop where a robbery had taken place this morning.
Listen, I've got a clapped-out Ford Escort, not a Cosworth. This is the wife. It's about the car. They reckon it's been nicked.
Let me check your garage.
Yeah, get me shoes on.
I'm W.P.C Marshall. Your husband didn't tell us your name?
Julie Moss.
You all right, Julie?
I'm not feeling too clever. It's nothing really.
Your husband work locally, does he?
No, I mean, it doesn't work at all. Not for the last few months. He used to work in a warehouse before that.
Right, I'll just go and see what's happened to your car, OK?
It's in here. Oh. Well, it wasn't here.
You don't bother to lock the garage.
Well, the lock's bust.
One area complaints interviewing Jarvis.
11:30.
Don't know what they're playing at. Should be cut and dried. Can only have been Jarvis or the other second row forward, Bronhill.
I don't know the details.
It's obvious if you know your rugby.
Not my game, I'm afraid, sir. Wrong-shaped balls.
The incident took place in a scrum. McCulloch, the man who was punched, was a Northwest Bank hooker. Now, assuming it wasn't somebody from his own side who punched him, the only person who could have reached was one of the area team's second row forwards. The front row, they've got their arms around each other's shoulders. But the second row, they've got a free hand.
I'll take your word for it.
Here, I'll show you. You're Jarvis, I'm Bronhill. Now, grip hold of my shirt around the waist. Now, in a scrum, our heads would be between the hooker and the two prop forwards, and our free hand would go up in between the legs. Come on, Andrew. Which presents a good opportunity to get in a swift punch to the opposing front row.
Morning, gentlemen.
Explaining the finer points of scrummaging to Andrew here, sir.
Never a dull moment with you around, is there, Philip?
All units, Cranley Arms, Public House, Goddard Street.
We'll take that.
Fight.
2 minutes.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 2-1. We can be there in 2 minutes.
Bit early for a pub fight, isn't it?
Sarge.
Mike, everything okay?
Yeah.
Mike. Sorry, Sarge. You got a moment?
Yeah, there's not much going on. Sarge?
Yeah, of course. I've done my best, but the Federation won't provide you with a brief.
Well, thanks for checking.
This interview. There's not going to be a problem, is there? You didn't hit the bloke, did you?
No, I did. But I know who did, and he's a black rat inspector.
Well, he can't expect you to carry the can for him.
You haven't met him. If it goes to court and they put me up against him, brilliant career move that'd be.
OK. You just tell them that you didn't do it and that you don't know who did, right? That way everybody's going to be happy.
Yeah. Cheers, George.
OK.
You know who that is, don't you?
He's got the radio.
Yeah, I bet he has. It's Lee Forbes.
Steve!
Stay right there, Lee.
Crap shockers on your motor.
They are now. And whose motor's this?
Is this yours?
No, a bloke asked me to fix it for him. He asked me to take it out. Look, he gave me the keys.
You're going to have a job fixing it now.
OK, let's have a look, see what you got in your pockets.
P&C check, please.
Go ahead, Polly.
Mike, Romeo.
You're too young to have these, even if you did pay for them. And your jeans.
Polly, Kathy checked this one earlier.
So what's in here, then?
It's a toolkit.
Yeah? So it's TDA as well, is it?
Look, it was parked here.
Looks like you're going to get more than a caution this time, Lee.
I shouldn't have served him, but it was quiet and I didn't realise Steve Moss was that far gone.
Were they arguing?
I didn't take a lot of notice until Steve took a swing at Martin with a pool cue. He missed and done that.
Stephen Moss. Regular in here, is he?
Well, not after that he isn't. He used to come in all the time, but he can't afford it now, since he's lost his job. And that's down to his boozing.
Didn't strike me as a heavy drinker.
Steve? He's chronic.
Stephen Moss. Blonde guy lives in a flat in Ashburton House.
Oh, that's Martin Taverner with the blonde hair. Steve's got brown hair, taller, lives next door to him.
You sure you haven't got that the wrong way round?
Of course I am.
And it sounds like we have.
If you'd just like to take a seat, we'll get someone to have a word, all right? All right.
Sarge.
Inspector Broniel. I was told I'd find Mike Jarvis here. Do you mind if I have a word with him?
No. Mike?
How are you, Mike?
Sir.
I thought I'd have a word while I was over here. Do you mind if we go somewhere private?
No, use the office.
That eye's come up a treat since Saturday.
Yeah, that's why I'm cooped up in here.
You heard they're dropping me from the game next week.
Yeah.
Semi-final when they're trying out a new second row.
Well, if they'd have asked me...
You would have told them, wouldn't you? They can't do it.
You should talk to John Oxley, or the committee.
I'll be having it out with John the next time I'm anywhere near Barton Street. As a captain, he's about as useless as he is a fullback. He's the one they should be dropping. You been interviewed by complaints yet?
No. Later this morning.
You know why McCulloch's making this trouble.
You did give him a hell of a whack.
He's got a record. He's a disc-wheel driver twice over. And what I did to him was no worse than what he was dishing out.
I suppose.
He gets some back and he can't hack it.
Complaints can't prove anything.
It gets up my nose that they're trying to. I don't know about you, but I've got 16 years in. I've got a nice house, 2 daughters, and I could lose all that because some scumbag like McCulloch runs whinging to them.
He's not going to get any help from me.
McCulloch will do whatever it takes to get either one of us in court. You realise that?
He still has to prove who hit him. As far as the IO's concerned, I didn't see what happened.
That's what you're going to say?
I'm not about to stitch you up, sir.
I didn't think you were. All right, it's good to see you, Mike.
Simon?
Andrew.
Thank you, sir. What was he doing here, Mike? Anything I should know about?
No, I play rugby with him.
I know that. Can I give you a word of advice?
Sir?
If Bronhill thumps someone, it's his lookout, not yours.
I knew it was going to end up like this.
What was?
See for yourself.
I told you not to let them in here.
Are you Stephen Moss?
Tell them, Steve.
The bloke who was here earlier?
Oh, Julie.
Martin Taverner, from next door, number 17.
He's still there?
I should think so.
I'll go get him.
So, what was this fight about then?
That's cool, go on. Or you could try my so-called best friend, Taverner, huh?
Martin Taverner.
Hello.
You've got some explaining to do, mate.
What about Steve Moss? It's all down to him, you know.
You expect me to believe anything you say? Get your coat.
The car was stolen from outside Ashburton House and driven to the newsagents where the robbery took place. Did someone ask you to drive the car while they did the robbery?
Look, all I did was take the poxy radio.
You had the keys to the escort.
They were in the car. I couldn't just leave them there. Wish I had done that.
What time did you leave home this morning?
When Mum sent me to get some bread.
It was about 8:30.
You weren't up before that?
Don't make me laugh.
Lee?
No. Look, this is a real waste of time, you know that.
Chief Inspector Brackenbury and Sergeant Horns to the area complaints. Mr. Cato is expecting us.
Oh, yes, sir. His office is upstairs, this way.
Why did you tell us you were Stephen Moss?
Well, I wanted to help Steve out. He's got a lot of problems right now.
So what happened today?
Well, he had a bit of a pang when he was driving home, and he scraped along the side of a line of parked cars.
Why'd he come and see you then?
He wanted me to get rid of the car, you know, dump it, so it looked like it was stolen.
And you agreed?
Yes. So I drove it to Tallow Street and I left it there with the keys in it.
You got rid of his car. So what's the point of pretending to be Moss when we came round?
Oh, you see, like, when I got back to the flat, yeah, Steve was comatose. So I had to nip next door and do the business.
I still don't see why you had to do that.
Steve's a really good mate, yeah? And before me wife walked out on me, we did everything together. Me, me wife, Steve, Jules, go on holidays, nights out.
You know the car was used during a robbery from a shop this morning?
Not by Steve.
The description we have of the robber fits him.
Look, the state that Steve was in when he came round my flat, he could not have robbed anything.
So what happened when you met in a pub?
Well, all this stuff about a robbery really shook me up. I thought, you know, this is getting way out of hand. So I told him, I said, listen, we've got to go back there and we've got to tell you the truth.
How did he take that?
Well, he couldn't handle it. Picked up a billiard cue and he took a swing at me.
What were you doing last night, Stephen?
I went out for a drink with some friends. We stayed in the pub till closing time. I should have left then, but, well, I had a few more with the landlord.
You drink a lot?
You sound like her now. I like being out and with other people. It's not about the booze.
A man driving your car and answering your description went into a newsagent's in Budley Street this morning and stole the contents of the till.
Wasn't me. I've never been into anything like that.
You told me you don't remember anything about what you were doing earlier this morning, so how can you be sure it wasn't you?
I didn't rob any shop.
We can arrange an identification parade. Mr. Kirby, the owner of the shop, does remember what happened. He's described how you threatened him with a knife.
There wasn't any knife. That's a lie. I never even meant to take the money.
So what happened?
I went in there for some fags, right? I pay for them and I'm waiting while this old bloke fusses around for some change. Then the phone rings and he goes off to answer it. The till's open and all this money sitting there. It was too easy. I pocketed the lot.
Mr. Kirby says you had a knife.
I didn't need one. I didn't need one. It was too easy. The money was there for the taking.
Very convenient. Him just leaving the till open.
There wasn't any knife. But I suppose if he says there was, it stops him looking like a complete prat.
Where's the money now?
Martin Taverner's got it.
Was he involved in the robbery?
How could he have been? He didn't know till after. When I got back, I couldn't go into Julie.
Thought she'd give you a hard time.
Oh, I knew that she wouldn't. She'd just make it clear that I'd let her down again. Instead, I ended up going to Martin's.
You told him about the robbery?
I told him about the 500 quid. And then he really got me going because he said the newsagent bloke must have seen the car number plates.
You hadn't thought of that?
Yeah, well, I'll know better next time, won't I? Anyway, Martin comes up with this plan that he'd dump the car and then go next door and spin some line if the law came around.
That was all his idea?
Oh, he kept saying we'd get away with it.
What went wrong?
He couldn't keep his hands off my wife.
Spanish Inquisition ready for you, are they?
Yep.
On the bright side, mate, 5 years' time, we'll all be working for private security firms. If you get kicked out now, you'll be ahead of the game.
Cheers, Adam.
I wanted to help Steve. I thought that if you didn't find out about it, maybe we could give the money back.
You believed it?
No. But I thought it'd give me time to sort something out. I'm as bad as he is, believing things are going to get better.
Could Taverner have been involved in the robbery?
I don't think so. He wasn't even trying to help Steve.
What was he doing then?
He fancied his chances with me. I mean, he couldn't believe his luck. He was there in the bedroom.
Did he try to assault you?
I don't know about assault. He tried it on. Didn't get very far.
And that's why you were upset?
I suppose I should have been flattered. Nice change, someone taking a bit of interest in me.
Why didn't you tell us?
What's the point? I had Stephen to think of. The problem was, after all that lying to you, Martin had us both where he wanted us.
Did he threaten you?
Yes. Pathetic, isn't it? They deserve each other, those two. I'm gonna leave them to it. I should have walked out on Steve years ago. Maybe if I had, he wouldn't be in this mess now.
I want to play you part of a videotape which one of the spectators at the match shot on a camcorder.
Yes, sir.
But before we look at the incident where Mr. McCulloch was punched, I'll show you something that happened 2 minutes earlier in the game. That's you in the line-out. Now ruck forms. And here, McCulloch takes a kick at you.
It caught me on the back. The ref saw it and gave a penalty.
Must have been painful, being kicked like that.
Bit of a bruise the next day.
And you decided to retaliate?
No, sir.
Members of the bank team heard someone in your pack say words to the effect, "Right, lads, we'll get their hooker."
I don't recall that.
I want to show you what happened in the first scrum after you were kicked. This is it here. The ball goes in. The scrum begins to turn. Something happens. McCulloch has been injured. During that scrum, McCulloch claims he was punched in the face. It was the only way he could have sustained that injury. Was it you that hit him?
No, sir. It wasn't.
Do you know who did?
No, sir.
I find it very surprising that with 15 police officers on that pitch, it's proving so hard to find witnesses to a serious assault.
You can't always see what's going on.
From what the referee says, it can only be you or Simon Bronhill who punched McCulloch. You say it wasn't you, was it Inspector Bronhill?
I couldn't say.
I interviewed him this morning. He denied hitting McCulloch. He said the only person with any reason to do that was you.
I don't play like that, sir.
Inspector Bronhill, what's his reputation as a player?
He's very committed.
He's got a reputation for mixing it. Thumping opponents.
The last few games we played have been very competitive.
So there's no reason for thinking Inspector Bronhill is more likely to have hit McCulloch than you?
I couldn't comment.
And he'd have no reason that you're aware of to lie to us?
No, sir.
When we put this to Inspector Bronhill this morning, he suggested that you struck McCulloch.
He said I did it?
Yes.
I didn't do it.
So why does Bronhill say you did?
I don't know, sir.
Is there anything you want to add?
Not at the moment, sir.
What happened?
That Bronhill told him it was me.
What?
He told him I hit McCulloch, all right?
Hold on. He came here to see you, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't tell me they'd interviewed him already. He dropped me in it, George. He set me right up.
OK, have they got any other evidence?
No. But after what I've said, and they've got Bronhill.
Right. Well, you're going to have to go and speak to the other people in your team.
Now, they've all made statements saying they didn't see what happened.
So why is he doing this? He must be off his head.
Yeah, he is.
You mean that?
Yeah, well, he's always been bad news, but the last few months it's been really screwed up. They've had to drop him from the team because he's such a liability. He keeps thumping people.
Would the complaints know this?
They know they've got a result.
Right, well, go back in there and tell them.
No, it's a bit late now. I'm well stuffed.
Oh, Mike, a word, please. Could we use the office, Ray?
Yes, sir.
The door. And cheer up, you're off the hook.
I was over at Barton Street for a meeting this morning. Your friend Inspector Bronhill was over there too.
Yeah, he went to talk to John Oxley about being dropped from the team, sir.
Yeah, well, apparently seeing Sergeant Oxley wasn't enough for him. He also knocked his front teeth out.
What?
Bronhill's been admitted to the nursing home at Hendon. Stress.
Which is very unfortunate.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer man.
But it does get you out of a hole.
I thought you should know right away, after the nonsense you made at the complaints interview.
Thank you, sir.
Right, I'm upstairs for some lunch, Andrew. I'll speak to you later.
Sir. Oh, it's a lucky break, Mike. Complaints could have done your legs.
Yeah, what was I supposed to do, though, sir?
I don't know. You were playing by the rules, he wasn't.
Well, fat lot of good, did we?
As far as I'm concerned, it hasn't done you any harm.